Hello, and thank you for joining me. You're here with data science teacher Brandon, and today we're going to be talking about Seaborn's count plot. So this is really just counting the number of times each category happens. Today will be an easy one because it's a pretty straightforward plot, and it's really one of the very few things that you can do with an object or category column. So here, start off imported seaborn as S and S, our count plot, data equals df, x equals j. You can see it splits up. It counts the number of rows or the number of times each value occurs. So here we have two in male and female, and they occur roughly times. Here we can see we have a count plot of another variable on the x. We're just putting x equals to our category variable. If we set this to y, it would just change which axis this is plotted across. So great thing about Seaborn is it just automatically understands what to do when you're putting a category in one of the axes. Here what we're doing, just to notice this, is really what you'd want to be looking for is an imbalance in your data set. We can see that gender is very balanced, very close to being perfectly balanced. Here we have race and ethnicity, where group A is a fraction of the size of group C. And group E is also pretty small. It's a little bit bigger, but it's still pretty small. And if we're building a machine learning model, we would want to probably create one-hot encoded dummies from this category data set. And so for every category, we create a new column. If we want to try and reduce our overfitting, we might want to reduce or combine group A and group E. If we have a hint that they might have some similarities, especially in relation to the target, we would want to try and reduce one of the categories here, or maybe a couple of them, just really get it down to 3. Okay, so I'm just showing another category count, and this is a kind of slightly imbalanced of these two. It's not so bad, but you'd want to be conscious of this and consider what to do here. But really, the count plot it's a distribution of the categories, but really we're looking for imbalances because our model is going to learn now in machine learning is going to learn how to predict the standard lunch or whoever had the standard lunch versus people that had the free lunch because we're giving it more rows. So you can think of it like human experience. It has more experience guessing these rows or understands this type of situation better than the other. So imbalance can have lots of different impacts, but it will relate to how well our model learns for each category. Okay. Here, if we do the hue argument, so we're still doing x as lunch, and which is a category, and hue as the gender. So we're going to separate it now. Now we can see we get 2. We still have free and standard. We're separating it by female and male. We're going to do dodge equals true, and that's going to separate them. We said dodge equals to false. You can see they're kind of over top of each other. It depends what you're looking for. I like to have them side by side. You can really still see that it's bigger. It seems a little bit more easy to read, but just an option as well. Maybe it makes sense to put them on top of each other and do the comparison that way. So there's always lots of flexibility with Seaborn. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.